Hi, I'm Rick Green, America's Constitution coach. I'm actually in the room where the Constitution was framed and where the Declaration was created and signed. This is Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know, a lot of times you ask yourself, how do I become a good citizen? What do I do to live out my freedom in this amazing nation? How do I honor those who came before me that sacrificed for me to be able to have this freedom? And as a believer, how do I live out a biblical citizenship in modern America? Well, we're going to walk through all of those questions. We got a lot of great people that are going to comment on that. And I'm going to teach you in this very room where the Constitution and the Declaration were created. I'm going to teach you the founding documents of America and the biblical worldview that was sown into our nation from the very beginning. So join us on this incredible journey, biblical citizenship in modern America.
I always talk about Shane to the girls. I had to explain Daddy's in heaven. He's not coming home. He was killed by an illegal alien with a history of DUIs. And my family was destroyed.
This was 100% preventable. Shane's story is not the only one. Support similar families. Help us be their voice.
Hi, my name is Krista. I'm with the Pinellas County Watchdogs. We hold our local officials accountable. We're joining the Reclaim campaign so we can take back the Republican Party of Florida. They're purging MAGA candidates, and we want it to stop. So let's join together in one big voice and let it be heard. We want MAGA, America First only.
Hey, Florida Patriots. My name is Alan Ross, and I come from Brevard County. The title of my breakout session this Saturday will be The Fight for Political Power in Florida, a fight we the people have to win. I will show you how misleading voter guides sent out in 7 counties to high-propensity Republican voters unmasked a web of political committees being orchestrated by power brokers in Florida. Ever wonder why real, true grassroots candidates don't win elections? Ever wonder why we don't get election integrity reforms, insurance reforms, and utility reforms in Florida? Ever wonder why every county in Florida is losing its home rule? Ever wonder why we're being trampled by unbridled development all across Florida that results in water problems, public safety problems, and unfunded infrastructure problems? Well, if you've ever wondered about any of these things, you have to come to my session. We really need to take back Florida, and the way to do that is through political campaign reforms. Thank you.
Welcome to the Free State of Florida and our Reclaim Campaign Conference, Saturday, July 26th in Venice. I'm Mike Cartwright, your host and speaker for You Have the Right Not to Remain Silent. I'm a retired 21-year veteran Florida County Deputy Sheriff and County Director for Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officer Association, and you can learn more at SaveAmericaFromIllegalImmigration.com. And because of my training and experience, I'm sharing answers and action on how our U.S. and Florida constitutions can help average American citizens like yourselves reclaim your own county. Local action equals national results. Stop reacting to the self-serving machine of political hacks and profiteers perpetuating the chaos. Instead, start being proactive in planning and preparing answers and actions to make your county greater again. I'm Mike Cartwright, and you can learn more at reclaimcampaign.com.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Broward, and I am passionate about health freedom for we the people and health for humanity. This Saturday at the Reclaim, I will be sharing a proven homeopathic protocol that removes the synthetic protein from the human body. This HSD protocol is based on electronic homeopathic codes. These codes of frequency have shown to remove the spike proteins from the white blood cells based on a before and after SP1 antigen blood panel. We can also measure with an MCG cardiogram. This MCG cardiogram medical device measures cardiovascular and mitochondria health. So on behalf of Jen Dillon, the formulator and inventor of the HDS, Dr. Bain in Chicago, who is heading up the clinical case studies, of which there are 2,000 now, and Dr. Sheen, the inventor of the medical device for cardio heart health. I look forward to talking to you at the table on July 26th, Reclaim campaign. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, this is Cathi Chamberlain, author of Rules for Deplorables, a primer for fighting radical socialism. And I am honored to have been invited to be your keynote speaker at the upcoming Reclaim campaign event, which is the first ever of its kind, but it is going to be quarterly coming up, and it's going to gather so many America First MAGA patriots to get the agenda we want done for a change. I'll also be sharing with you my upcoming book due out end of summer 2025, and it's going to be called Rules for Rhinos, Alinsky Tactics for Fighting Republicans in name only, because that really is the biggest uphill battle we've got, and so does President Trump. Let's get together, folks, and talk about it. We'll see you then. God bless.
No ideal has been more treasured. No endeavor more costly. Born from the earnest prayers of God's people, there is nothing more valuable, nothing more worthy of our sacrifice. Liberty. This gift of freedom we enjoy as citizens of the greatest country on earth is once again in peril. We, the people, all of us, must bear every weight, suffer any hardship. We must endure every conflict to uphold and to defend our pledge of allegiance to our flag and the republic of this great nation. We must champion every foe and vanquish every competing ideology that would undermine the unparalleled achievement of our forefathers, who envisioned a nation of people equal and indivisible, where liberty and justice thrive under God. As so many have done before us, we must now take up the charge. We must preserve this freedom we hold so dear. We must stand as a new generation of watchmen and women, safeguarding the constitutional truths entrusted to us. We are called to engage in liberty.
Greetings, great Americans. Rich Tatum here. Some of you might know me as Just an American. I used to have a patriotic radio show in Manatee County. I also wrote this book, Interviews with the Founders, under my pen name Just an American. I'm currently a school board member up here in Manatee County, but I'm coming to this event on my own to promote the ideas of being just an American, right? The great American values that we all share. I call them the ABCs of being just an American. And those would be A and B, America is beautiful. C, we have a capitalist free market economy. D, we have a democratic constitutional representative republic. E, we have a common language, and that's English. F, we have a right to bear firearms. G, H, and I, we have a Greco-Roman intellectual heritage. And all of that is based on a J, Judeo-Christian moral foundation. So I look forward to seeing a bunch of great Americans on the 26th of July. Aim high, guys, and we'll see you down in Venice.
Hey Patriots, it's State Representative Berny Jacques. I am looking forward to speaking to you all about the fight for election integrity here in the state of Florida. As State Representative, I've had the privilege of sponsoring a number of election integrity bills. I will outline where we've been, where we are currently, and where we are headed. Thank you, stay tuned, talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Linda Hutchinson with ReclaimYourHOA.net. It's an informative website intended for homeowners to help them navigate oversight of their HOAs. You don't need to be an accountant or a lawyer, just informed with the information provided on the site and in Statute 720 and your HOA's documents. We provide lots of information to assist you in forming your ad hoc audit committee. So please stop by. We'd love to talk to you.
Hi, I'm Dave Walsh. I'll be speaking at the Reclaim conference this Saturday and talking about the energy crisis, the electric power crisis in Florida. as it contrasts with the nation and the Western world at large attempting to adopt mass quantities of very expensive renewables that work very part-time at a high cost to our citizenry. For example, across the country, we've installed 91% of the new capacity of electric power generation has been solar and battery storage over the past 5 years, including 2025, at a cost to Americans of about $500 million and another $120 billion in subsidies. What this has produced, because of the very low quantity of energy coming from these devices and the displacement of coal, gas, and not building nuclear power and combined cycle plants in the last 7 years in this country that run all of the time, we've only added a net 2% to our energy supply nationally in the last 6 years on an electrification basis. And come to find out, we're doing exactly the same thing in Florida. For the last 6 years, our utilities have installed 95% of their new capacity has been solar with a little bit of battery storage. Going forward the next 10 years, the plans of TECO, Florida Power and Light, and Duke Energy across Florida are 92% solar and battery storage at an enormous cost to ratepayers. Florida Power and Light, for example, has the largest rate increase in the history of the country before ratepayers right now for the next 4 years at $9 billion to pay for the excessive costs of this massive land grab involved with solar power that's extremely expensive, extremely intermittent, and only serves the time of day between 9:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., leaving out the rest of the day, the summer peak in the evening and the winter peak in the winter mornings. So we have a gigantic energy deficit building in Florida. I'd like to cover that in some depth with you on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing you. Bye-bye.
Over the past 5 years, Americans have woken up to a harsh reality. Our government is weaponized against us. Trump's administration is fighting to stop this, but they can't do it alone. The deep state and the DC cabal are doing all they can to slow walk, delay, and obstruct the American mandate to make America great again. So what can you do to help? Thomas Jefferson said, "Educate and inform the whole mass of the people. We are the only sure reliance on the preservation of liberty." At Citizens for Renewing America, we understand how important it is to educate and inform the whole mass of the people. We want you to know the truth behind the news so you understand what is really happening in DC. That's why every Thursday from 5 to 5:30, we hold a weekly intelligence briefing to equip Grassroots how to defang the deep state by winning the narrative in the public square. I want to invite you to join this briefing. You can sign up by swiping the QR code or by going to citizensrenewingamerica.com/briefing. On the call, you'll learn how the Trump administration is using constitutional executive power to secure our elections, restore our borders, strengthen our national security, and defund the woke and weaponized government. Take the opportunity now to join thousands of people just like you from across the country on the weekly intelligence briefing. When you sign up, you will get an invitation and you will be able to join an army of citizens who are renewing America.